think and break me.
Hi guys, I'm Emma.
Hey guys, I'm John, and we're Emma. John, you're welcome.
Welcome back if you've been here before, and if you're brand new then thank you so much for joining us. I hope that you like to stick around and join us in all of our adventures. You can do that by hitting the little subscribe button.
You know what it is, it's in the bottom corner, just there.
If you do hit the subscribe button, then please make sure to turn the notification bell as well, and then you'll be notified every single time that we post.
Absolutely, so today another Facts and Secrets.
Yeah, I reckon we must be approximately halfway around the World Showcase Lagoon.
We definitely are, yeah.
We're doing the American Pavilion today.
We are, and I love this pavilion.
Yeah, so I think technically it's the American Adventure. But let's just get straight into the facts and secrets, shall we? Secret number one. So we've talked about Disney and forced perspective before. However, in the American Pavilion, they actually use it reversed. So rather than making the building look a lot bigger, which is what they do for like the castle and for the Le Cellier in Canada, they have tried to make the main building in the American Pavilion look smaller. They've done this by putting less windows in. The door is a lot bigger than it normally would be, and this is for a reason. So they needed the building to be big enough to fit an auditorium in there, but the size that the building actually is not represented in the colonial period. So in the colonial period, which is what the American Pavilion is designed after, the buildings were much smaller. So they've tried to trick us again.
I love it, and we said it so many times, but they do such a good job with this. I didn't realise, all the other times they've done it. Yeah, it's what Disney does so well, that is a theme, and then it makes you think differently what actually is happening. But it makes complete sense.
Yeah, it's actually 5 stories tall.
Yeah.
But when you go in, obviously it's only 2 stories from like the windows, and there's only 2 floors in there.
Absolutely.
So,
yeah, so it's really cleverly done.
Yeah, they're so tricky, those Disney Imagineers.
Secret number 2. The reason you're taken to the second floor to watch the show is because all the staging and props and equipment is stored beneath you.
Yeah, so while you're sat down and the show's starting, they move it secretly in and out and in and out and in and out, which I think is really cool.
It is really cool. I love the fact that they stored it underneath you, and maybe you can hear it if you're listening really carefully, or feel it maybe.
Yeah.
I love that.
When I listened to this fact or read this fact, I wondered what equipment they were moving, because isn't it just the people popping up? But maybe I'm wrong.
I guess it's maybe lights and speakers and.
Oh yeah, yeah, the staging equipment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it's all that, as well as mechanisms to move the people, I guess.
Yeah.
What's really smart. So if you might be able to hear it if you listen really carefully.
Yeah,
if you want to be an engineering sort of geek.
Secret number 3. So if you take a look at the clock on the American Adventure building, you'll see that the numbers are not the typical Roman numerals that they're used to. So they're more of the colonial period numbers, which I was wondering, oh, how are they different? But I don't know much about the colonial period. So the Roman numerals look like this. I'm gonna have to show you, which is why I'm gesturing. And then the ones, so that was a number 4. Let's use a number 4 as an example. So that is a Roman numeral, and then also this is what they look like on the clock.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's really cool that they've gone, oh, a clock. Oh wait, but what does a clock look like in the colonial period? Yeah,
I love it. Like I said, all of these, it's a detail they put into it. You know, no one would have noticed that, or I don't think I would have noticed that, but Disney went, it's not right, we need to sort it out. Yeah. It's fantastic, I love it.
Yeah, and I think if it's all just, I wonder if they're all just lines. I'm going to have to research my colonial clock, but it probably makes it easier to tell the time.
Absolutely, yeah. And I suppose a lot of people use that clock, you know, for fast passes and dining reservations and stuff like that, so it has to be sort of noticeable and right, I guess.
Yeah, it needs to be right.
Yeah. Fact number 4. As you walk into the American Adventure, in the left-hand corner there's an interesting painting. It's interesting because as you walk back and forth, you can see the World War bomber move.
Yeah, so it looks like it's following you around the room, and I remember these from like being little and going to like when my school used to take us to like manor houses and stuff, and you have those creepy old, and they have it in the Haunted Mansion too.
They do, yeah. Well, I used to follow you. It's amazing. Yeah.
So I don't know how they would do that with a plane, but I would be really interested to see it, and I think that's cool that they've added that little special touch.
I do, yeah. I mean, it's something that you don't know it's there until you walk past it and did something move? You know, it adds to the feeling. What all of this American adventures, there's a little detail within that building, and it's amazing that, you know, there's little things like this, what you know, you didn't realise until you walk around.
Yeah. Fact number 5. So the American Pavilion is considered to be the host of the World Showcase. It's supposed to be the centre point, which is why it's right in the middle of the lagoon, and also because it's the host, they wanted the building to be bigger so that it's noticeable, but then also they wanted it to look smaller so that it was more in theming with the colonial period. So you'll notice that this building is visible from the opposite side of the lagoon. It's bigger than all of the buildings around it, but also we're supposed to think it's smaller.
I love that. I mean, you're in America, you're in Florida, so why wouldn't you put as your host building as in the centre? I would definitely would if I was making a Disneyland or a Disney World somewhere in my country. Absolutely. So I love that they're proud of their country, and it's amazing to see.
Yeah, they also in the parks. I mean, we all know this, but like you've got the Tree of Life, you've got the Epcot Ball, you've got the castle. They give you something to head towards, which is what they're doing with the American Pavilion.
Absolutely, you always feel you know where you are because you can always see a iconic,
like a landmark.
Yeah, what's anywhere, any park. Secret number 6, there's a hidden lift in the American Adventure. It's kept hidden because there's no elevators or lifts in that time period.
Yeah, so if you go to the second floor, which is where it's cooler that it's hidden behind a painting, which I think is really fun. But I think they want to be accessible for as many people as they possibly can, so they needed an elevator. But I love that they've like gone, oh, but can we hide it so that it looks real? Yeah,
and it feels special when you use it. You feel special. You go to somewhere not many people know about.
Oh, they should have a secret password.
Yeah.
I don't know what the password would be.
But that's I love it. Like you say, that they hid it and it's still there, so everyone can enjoy it. It's just amazing.
Number 7, on the second floor of the American Adventure is the Hall of Flags. Now, I didn't know the Hall of Flags existed, but we definitely saw it when we were there. And it's got over 44 different flags of all of the countries that have put their flag up in America. So it represents the Revolutionary War flags, colonial flags, and foreign flags that once claimed the land.
So I'm not sure I've seen this. I'm not sure that I've seen this, but it's something that I would love to see because I love flags and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, what a sight, what a great thing to see.
Yeah, I think it's really cool that they represent everybody or everywhere that has claimed like the land or America or...
Well, it's just history, it's just American history that you know, good, bad or indifferent, it's something that makes America as it is today, like our history, and it's something that should be in that pavilion. I think it's what a great thing to see.
Yeah, it's really cool to see, and it's like a lot of flags, so collecting all those, it must be one of the biggest flag collections or American flag collections.
See, that's going to be a big thing to say. I'll have to Google that. What is the biggest flag collection? It might be
American flag collection.
Yeah. We'll find out and put it on the screen.
Yeah, it probably isn't, so you've probably just got to, no it's not, but we'll see.
Fact number 8. An American flag taken from Ground Zero during 9/11 rests in American Pavilion. It's there to honour the lives that was lost during 9/11 attacks.
Yeah, I think this is really, really important. I think for it to be somewhere that so many people get to see it, get to remember what happened, you know, respect everybody that was involved and all the lives that were lost. I think it's a really important part of history for everybody and for America, obviously. So to have it there, I think is it's a nice place to put it.
Absolutely, you know, I didn't realise it was there when we had a look around. And then again, like I just mentioned, another fact, it's American history, so it absolutely should be there. But absolutely should be something that should be there and should be respectfully how Disney's done it.
Yeah. Also, just a quick point on this: 9/11 was one of the 4, but now 5 because of the coronavirus times that Disney has closed Disney World.
And it was so well done. They managed to evacuate the parks within half an hour.
Yeah.
I mean, how many people that within the parks and Disney, and half an hour of evacuating the parks is amazing.
That is crazy, isn't it? Because it can take you more than half an hour to walk from one. Well, it takes more than half an hour to walk from one side of the World Showcase to the other.
Absolutely.
So I have no idea how they did that, but good on them.
Absolutely, really good on them. Fact number 9. We normally mention Disney characters you can meet in each pavilion. However, in American Pavilion, there are no characters you can meet, apart from the real Father Christmas.
And Mrs. Claus.
And they were amazing. We met them at Christmas and blew me away. They're the best Father Christmas and Mrs. Claus I've ever met. It was so magical, so amazing. It was fantastic.
Yeah, I'd never met Mrs. Claus before then. I've met Santa before, but the Santa he was crazy good. It was such a cool experience.
It was, and he knew everything, and he knew our names, and it was amazing. Yeah, amazing experience.
Yeah, if you are there during the Festival of the Holidays and you get the opportunity to, I mean, I would recommend going seeing all of the Santas or Father Christmases or Pierre Noel or
absolutely
all of the different ones. But at the American Pavilion, Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus is a really good one to go on.
Absolutely. I'm surprised there's no other Disney characters though, because Mickey Mouse would be the obvious one to be there, because that was an American character, as in California.
They could have any of the characters there.
Yeah, so I'm surprised there is none apart from Santa.
Yeah. Maybe it's because of the period that it's set in, because the American Pavilion is the colonial period.
Yeah.
Maybe Mickey Mouse wouldn't really fit in with that period, but I'm sure they could change up his outfit.
I guess, but that'd be the same for all the pavilions, because England Pavilion, you get obviously.
Well, it goes through the centuries in the England Pavilion, so.
Yeah, so I don't know. It might be, yeah.
Maybe they just don't want characters there.
No, it's quite a small pavilion, really. There's not much room there, so maybe you haven't got the space for it.
Maybe.
Because you've got the place where they do all the music and or that, and the big building, so perhaps there isn't just enough space around there.
Maybe. Secret number 10. So before you enter the theatre, take a look at the last portrait on the right hand side. I was just checking I got the sides right. The woman in the green is Imagineer and Disney legend Harriet Burns. She was the first woman hired by Disney, or by Disney in a creative capacity. So they had like office staff that were women, but Harriet Burns was the first lady that was like designing stuff and creating things. She was hired by WED Enterprises, but this later turned into Walt Disney Imagineering.
Absolutely, I love that. I love the fact that they, everyone should be included, and they honoured the first one they had. So that's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, and she's like sneaky in there because she's in a portrait, and unless you knew what she looked like, you wouldn't know.
Exactly. A lot of these details, unless you know what you're looking at, you would walk past it. You wouldn't know that was an honour to someone that done some amazing work.
Yeah, and imagine if you were Harriet Burns and you like didn't know, and then you went up to the painting and you're like, oh, that looks like me.
I think they know, but like her children or family or whatever, it'd be a nice little nod to her as a family as well.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's all of the facts and secrets from the American Pavilion. Let us know if you know anything different about the American Pavilion down in the comments below, because we love hearing all of like the little extra facts and secrets that we haven't come across. And that is it for this video, so we'll see you in our next one.
Absolutely, I really love these. Yeah, really thanks for watching, and I'll see you next one. Take care, guys.
Bye.